Hello, everyone. Good to see you all. Beautiful people. Gael, good to see you here. Candela, good to see you as well. Arthur, good to have you here. Vali, it's been probably 6 hours since we've been working out together. Robin, nice to meet you and good to see you here. So we're gonna start in about a couple of minutes. Some faces here are new. Do you mind putting in the chat, guys, where are you from? Just so I can come and say hi. Let me see. Italia, yes, sir. Another Italian in the house. Ciao, guys. Belgium, living in Barcelona. Awesome. Robin, you're in good company. I live in Barcelona. Guy lives in Barcelona. Val is in Barcelona. Arthur a bit outside Barcelona. I launched the ads mainly in Barcelona and Aruba, Nevin. I wanted to keep this room very small, guys, because we're gonna do something very special today. And to be honest with you, the exact practice I'm doing today is something completely new. That's also the reason why I wanted to keep it small. While usually I open the room to 40, 50 people, this I put maximum 15 people. 15 people register, and as always, exactly 7 people showed up. It's exactly what I expected because I wanted to keep it intimate and small. First thing first, I want you to be ready because one of the things that we're gonna do today is burning your old identity. So I invite you all to get a journal, get a pen, and get a lighter because we're gonna literally burn something. So I hope that you're in a safe space. If you're not in a place where, actually, let me get it as well. I recommend you all to get like a kitchen pot where you can put the burn paper. I'm gonna take one and show you right now. Here we go, guys. I got my nice pot, nothing fancy. It's just I did some research on how to burn paper safely, and either you do it in the bathroom, which is not really convenient, or you got a simple kitchen pot like this that you can use to burn. So while there are new people coming in, I'll invite you to get your piece of paper, pen, lighter, and pot. I'm gonna write it down to get ready. Get pen, paper, lighter, and pot. There we go. So for the new people that have just joined, get ready by having pen, paper, lighter, and a kitchen pot where we're gonna burn our old identity. So I want you to be ready because soon I'm gonna get you through a meditation and breath work to get into the right state. And I don't want you after to get distracted and go and find the paper and the lighter or get a fire alarm going or anything like that. And of course some water, just to be sure. So while you get this, I'm gonna start preparing the state. By doing some breath work together. So, wherever you are, I invite you to sit yourself comfortable. We're gonna do a lot of breath work today, even because breath work is really one of the best. I wish I knew this before. Did anyone experience burnout or high level of stress in the past? Yes, yes, I see you, Robin. Yes, I see you, Eunice. Yeah, I see you, Nadine Candela. And breathwork is such a easy, instant solution for stress, anxiety. I see you, Gael, as well. And I wish that other entrepreneurs talks more about this, but I'm gonna be the one talking more about this. So we're gonna start with box breathing. So we're gonna do it a lot. I wanna start with 5 seconds breathing in, holding for 5 seconds breathing out, and holding for 5. So we can do it together. Breathe in for 5, hold for 5, breathe out for 5, hold for 5. And again, breathe in for 5, hold for 5, breathe out for 5, and hold for 5. Now, guys, this workshop is gonna be transformational. This is just the beginning. I wanted you to be ready because we're gonna do breath work. It's gonna be very interactive. That's why I wanted a small room. And if you do this seriously, you're gonna seriously end this workshop by stepping into the new identity. So let's begin. I'm gonna share my screen. There we go. So just for context, I'm gonna be talking about the million because this is to step into the 7 figure. But in reality, whether your objective is the 6 figures, whether it's the 10K per month, whether it's the 20K per month, it still apply. And actually, when you think bigger, achieving your objective becomes even more achievable. In fact, my first question for you is, what if the only thing stopping you from making €1 million or dollars, whatever you are, is you and who you are right now? As most coaches and entrepreneurs don't struggle because of their strategies, their funnel, their content marketing, but they struggle because of their identity. You cannot charge premium prices with cheap mindset. You cannot attract high-level clients with seeing yourself as unworthy, and you cannot break through 6 figures while operating as a version of you that's still afraid to be seen. So the €1 million coach is not a different person, it's just you, but without the doubts and the limiting beliefs. And the moment that you shift your identity, success follows effortlessly. So again, this is a transformational identity workshop. I invite you to stay present, to remove notification, to leave your camera on, because we're gonna keep it very interactive. And again, I wanna invite you to encourage you to do this because you will feel different at the end of this workshop if you take it seriously. And finally, we're not just gonna design your new identity, we're even gonna finally let go of the old identity holding you back, so you can start generating the 6 or 7 figure results that you deserve. Quick agenda. We're gonna start with a wonderful live design meditation to start literally designing the life that you want. We're gonna then bring the future into the present to feel it in the now. We're gonna have literally a funeral of your old self. That's why we need the paper and fire, because that's gonna be the funeral. And as soon without that, we're gonna also install your 2025 you. If we have time, we're gonna talk a bit about the 10x in your price, and probably we're not gonna have time to create your mind movie, so I'm gonna send you a free training that I got inside my paid community on how to create your mind movie. Then finally, at the end, if you allow me, I will give you a personalized plan offer that will help you to achieve your goal. Is that okay? Perfect. So, quickly, who I am, for those who don't know me. My name is Bruno Morris, and I had massive transformations in the last 7 years, starting from 2017, where I was commuting to a 9 to 5 job continuously. I was highly depressed and complete weed addicted. To 2020, when I became a free digital nomad, really happy, and from weed addicted, I became travel addicted. And the three main things that help you to 10x my freedom and create this transformation are having high performance habits, the power of visualization, and we're gonna do it together in a few minutes, and then stepping into a new identity. Then in 2020, I've 10xed my income. I went from 3K a month inconsistently to 41K per month consistently, around $500,000 a year. And I put a screenshot here not to impress you, but just to impress upon you that it's possible. The same way that I did it with all my limiting beliefs, you can do it too. And I went from one-to-one to one-to-many. And the three main things that helped me to have this transformation is having systems, having my first mentor, and then stepping into a new identity. Then in 2021, I've 10xed my impact. I went from 61 success stories to 130 success stories. Now in 2025, we have more than 540 success stories. We went from testing different strategies, different hacks, and different funnels to double down on what really working. And I went from working in the business to work on the business. And the three main drivers were having automation and a lot of AI, systems, and again, stepping into a new identity. Now, let's see who was paying attention. What is the main driver in common that helped me to 10x my income, my impact, and my freedom in those 4 years? Let me know in the chat, guys. Let me grab my chat. Don't be shy, guys. This is a safe space. Let me open the chat here. Thank you. I see identity, mindset shift, identity, visualization work, one-to-one to one-to-many, identity. Most of you do it right, identity. So Robin, you're kind of right in terms of the money. One-to-one to one-to-many is what helped me mainly for the income, but for the freedom and for the impact was definitely the identity. And the actually thing that was in common with all the transformation was the stepping into a new identity. So that's why I created this new workshop, because this message is so important. As out there are so many gurus, we want to call it, about the new funnels, new hack on Instagram, new way to go viral. But until you really step into the new identity and you leave your old identity behind, you're always going to feel stuck. You're always going to find a way, even subconsciously, to auto-sabotage yourself and not get the results that you want. So that's why this workshop is going to be really focused on the new identity. Now, I'm going to share with you the document where you also going to be able to create your new identity. Let me share the link in the chat. So I'm going to send it in advance, but don't get distracted because it's a super beautiful document. And don't try to go to the steps ahead because we're going to do it all together. So feel free to click on the document. I'm going to do it with you so everyone can follow the instruction. Click on the documents that I've just shared in the chat. If you're watching the recording, you will see it below. And let me do it myself. You click on the document, you click on the file in the top right, and you click on make a copy. And you just put the name. For example, mine's gonna be the Bruno million a year identity, and that's what we're gonna work on. Perfect. So at this point, you have your document in front of you. Just put your name here. I'm gonna put Bruno. And what we're gonna do, here we're gonna have your AI generated new identity. So this is gonna happen step by step. But first, I wanna go through the 7-figure identity principle, which are the principles that are gonna help you to scale whatever is your goal in your business. In fact, first, before we do this, let me ask you guys, what is your goal in terms of income for your business? Just put the number in the chat. And again, this is a safe space. We're not gonna look at each other. It's just about looking at your personal journey. But I wanna know for all of you, what is your income goal for 2025? If you don't know, just write you don't know, and I will help you to visualize that. $126K, $150K, $108K, love it. So it's all about the six figures here. So again, even when I talk about the 7-figure year, this will help you a lot, because starting to thinking about the 7-figure years, even if it's not your goal, it will make it so much easier for you to achieve your 6-figure goal. Started to make it work, 10K month, perfect Robin, 10K month, in reality is a 6-figure year, 77K, love it, very precise, Nevin, 117K, as well, very precise, Vali, I know that you've done the exercise with me to calculate your freedom number. So, now that we have that, give me 1 second. So, there we go. Let's go to our secret principle. So guys, now I want to try something really powerful. Those principles have literally changed my life in terms of growing my business. So I used to give it to my students, but the students, as always, don't do the homework unless we do it together and they understand how powerful they are. So now I want to try something together. I want you to unmute everyone, and we're going to go together through the sacred principles of the self-image alchemy. So you have it, you have the document in front of you. It's going to be like in church, you know, when you're chanting in church, because in reality there is a huge power in the collective energy chanting the same thing. So now let's try to say this together. Let's see if this is going to work with the audio. So feel free to unmute yourself, everyone, and let's make it work. I'm gonna read it like every 3-4 words, and you repeat it after me, as these are gonna be the sacred principles that are gonna help you to achieve your income goal. So I'm gonna start, and you repeat after me. The truth principle.
The truth principle.
Don't be shy, guys. My reality conforms to my deepest beliefs.
My reality
Conform to my deepest beliefs.
My brain doesn't distinguish.
My brain doesn't
distinguish
between what is real and what I deeply believe.
between
what is real and what I deeply believe.
I believe making money is natural.
I
believe making money is natural.
And my new self-image
And my new self-image
must become my truth.
must become my truth.
The evidence of my past doesn't matter.
The
evidence of my past doesn't matter.
Only the truth I choose to believe now.
Only the truth I choose to believe now.
The responsibility matrix.
The responsibility matrix.
I am the architect of my results.
I'm the architect of my results.
No exceptions.
No
No exception.
Everything in my business right now,
Everything in my business right now.
right now.
revenue, team performance, and client results,
Revenue, team performance, client results.
client results.
I created it all.
I created it all.
This isn't about blame,
This
This is about blame.
blame
it's about power.
is about
It's about power.
When I own 100% responsibility,
when I
When I own 100% responsibility,
ability
I claim 100% of my power
I claim 100% of my power
to change anything.
to
to
change
change anything.
The divine creator mindset.
The divine creator mindset.
I am meant to manifest abundance.
I am
I'm meant to manifest abundance.
I wasn't born to struggle or grind.
I wasn't born to struggle or grind.
I am a natural creator,
I'm a
I'm a
natural
natural
creator.
creator.
meant to generate value and abundance effortlessly.
Meant
Meant to generate value and abundance effortlessly.
effortlessly.
When I align with this truth,
When I
When I
align
align
with
with this
truth,
truth,
opportunities and resources naturally flow to me.
opportunities and resources naturally flow to me.
I stop pushing and start allowing.
I
I
stop
stop pushing and start allowing.
allowing.
The standard elevation protocol.
The
Standard
standard
elevation protocol.
I don't rise to my goals, I fall to my standards.
I don't
I don't rise to my goals, I fall to my standards.
my standards.
My daily standards, not my dreams, determine my destiny.
My daily standards, not my dreams, determine my destiny.
my destiny.
As a 1 million a year entrepreneur, I have non-negotiable standards.
As
As a 1 million a year entrepreneur, I have non-negotiable standards.
Non-negotiable standards
For my energy, decisions, and actions.
for my energy,
Energy, decision, and actions.
I define my standards clearly
I define
On my standards clearly.
and build systems to make meeting them inevitable.
and build
build systems
And build system to make meeting them inevitable.
The awareness amplifier.
the awareness
The awareness amplifier.
What I can observe, I can transform.
what I
What
can
I can
observe,
observe, I can transform.
My old self-image fights to survive.
My old self-image fight to survive
fight to survive
Through unconscious patterns.
through
through
unconscious.
unconscious pattern.
By developing razor-sharp awareness
I
By
develop
developing
great
razor-sharp
awareness
awareness
of my thoughts, emotion, and decisions,
of my
of my
thoughts,
thought, emotion, and decision,
decisions.
I catch these patterns quickly.
I catch this pattern quickly.
quickly.
This awareness creates the space for conscious choice.
This awareness
Awareness creates the space for conscious choice.
The evolution accelerator.
the evolution.
The evolution accelerator.
Growth requires embracing both light and shadow.
Growth requires embracing both light and shadow.
I stop rejecting parts of myself.
I stop rejecting part of myself.
My perceived weakness often hide my greatest strengths.
My
I
perceived
perceive weakness often hide my greatest strength.
By integrating all aspects of myself,
I integrating new aspect of myself.
I access new levels of power.
I access new levels of power.
My flaws become unique advantages in the market.
My
My
flaws
flaws become unique advantages in the market.
The creation code.
the creation
The creation code.
My identity is a self-fulfilling prophecy.
My identity is a self-fulfilling prophecy.
self-fulfilling prophecy.
Right? You don't get what you want, you get who you are.
You don't get
You get what you want, you get who you are.
you are.
By consciously designing and embodying my new identity,
By
By
consciously
consciously designing and embodying your new identity,
I make my success inevitable.
I make
I make my success inevitable.
My elevated self-image
my elevated
Elevated self-image
becomes a magnet for opportunities,
become a magnet for opportunities.
and the resources align with my vision.
and
And the resources align with my vision.
The moment you truly decide,
moment
The moment you truly decide,
all of heaven conspires to make it happen.
all of
all of heaven conspires to make it happen.
And those, guys, are the 7 sacred principles of the self-image alchemy. This, guys, is a mix of principles that I've learned in the last 7 years, investing in some of the top mentors in the industry. One of these is Sam Ovens, who's actually the inventor almost of the high ticket consulting, and Sabri Subi, who was one of my first high ticket coaches. And through these years and my spiritual journey, I've took the 7 most important principles that has helped me to achieve this transformation. And now I'm curious, guys, between those 7, the truth principle, the responsibility matrix, the divine creator mindset, the standards elevation protocol, the awareness amplifier, the evolution accelerator, or the creation code, which one of these is the one that has impacted you the most, or the one that has inspired you the most? Just put the number in the chat. I will scroll up so you can see them again. They're all really powerful, by the way, but I'm always curious to see which one has inspired you the most. Just put the number in the chat between 1 and 7. I can see 4, 6, 1, 3, 1 and 7. 1 and 7 are my favorite, by the way. 1, 3, awesome. I like how, by the way, every time I ask this question, I've done this already 4 or 5 times, it's always very diverse for everyone, because we're all in different journey, but one way or the other, there is something here that is going to help us to step into the new identity. But now, connecting with you again, with all of your goals that you gave me above, 117K, 77K, 10K per month, 108K, 150K, 126K, in one word, or let's say in 2 or 3 words, I can let you write, what do you think is the main thing holding you back right now from achieving your goals? If you have to pinpoint one thing, what do you guys think is the main thing holding you back right now from achieving your goal this year? I'm just curious because I can also help you to optimize this workshop based on what you share here. Clarity, all beliefs, awesome. Auto concept plus clear strategy, awesome. It makes total sense. Clarity, guys, is a big, big thing. Actually, it's everything. Because I always say our journey is like a route. If you don't have clarity of where you're going, you might keep moving around, but you're not having a straight line to your objective. And I'm glad that you had this response because this connects perfectly with the wonderful life design meditation we're gonna do right now. I'm gonna guide you now through an exercise of breathwork to connect, and then I'm gonna guide you to what I call the wonderful day design meditation. Because in reality, life is made of years that are made of months, that are made of weeks, and if you're able to design the day exactly how you want, you're simply gonna have a wonderful life. So now I invite you to sit straight, and I'm gonna guide you through another breath work to get into the right state. Then I'm gonna guide you through the wonderful day design meditation. So I invite you to close your eyes and breathe in for 5 seconds. Hold for 5. Breathe out for 5 seconds. Hold for 5. Breathe in for 5. Hold for 5. Breathe out for 5. Hold for 5. And now, while you breathe in for 5, I want to start to imagine that we're breathing in our new identity. Holding it for 5. And when you breathe out, I want you to feel your old identity leaving your body. And again, breathe in for 5. Hold for 5. Breathe out for 5. And hold for 5. And I want you to keep your eyes closed. And I want you to imagine it's 1 year from now. It's 27 February 2026. And you are having a wonderful day. You're waking up at the exact time you want to wake up. You are in a new bed, in a new room. You look around, see if there is any smell catching your attention, any noise in this new day catching your attention. And then you're standing up from your bed, you're opening the window, and you look outside. And imagine it's 1 year from now. There is no current limiting beliefs, no limitation holding you back in terms of money, in terms of freedom. We left back our old identity that was holding us back. We already achieved the yearly goal that we wanted to achieve. The number that you wrote down before is now in your bank account. So you can invest this money as you wish. With this visualization in mind, look outside your window. And where are you? Do you live in the same city? Is it another city? Or maybe it's another country. Is that a new house that you bought? Or maybe you're renting in a beautiful house. And when you're looking outside, I want you to feel with the all senses. Feel the breeze around your hair. See if there is any smell catching your attention. See if there is any sound. Maybe you live close to the beach and you can hear the waves of the sea. Or maybe you're in a very natural place and you can hear the birds singing. And have another deep breath. Breathe in for 5. Hold for 5. breathe out for 5. It's 1 year from now, and you're having a wonderful day. What is the first thing that you're doing in the morning? Whether it's starting your morning routine with yoga, meditation, journaling, or maybe spending time with your loved one. Maybe you have a wife, an husband, a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a son, a daughter, or maybe just you alone enjoying a date with yourself. And you start the day doing your favorite thing. Maybe it's a walk outside. Maybe you live by the beach and you're walking on the sand and you're feeling the cold sand under your feet. Or maybe you're in nature, so you're feeling the cold nature under your feet because it's in the grounding. Or maybe simply you're just meditating on your yoga mat and enjoying your time with yourself. And then for breakfast, you have your favorite breakfast. Maybe you're skipping breakfast, or you're having your breakfast at home cook, or you're going having breakfast outside in your favorite place. You spend the morning however you want to spend it because you have complete freedom. And then slowly, it's time to get to work, but it doesn't feel like working. In fact, you're excited to work. It's something that you would do for free because you love it. You're so passionate about it. It's something that sparks your joy and it lights your heart on fire. And I want you to visualize as clearly as possible who is your client. Who do you have in front of you in this visualization? And again, imagine it's 1 year from now. You are having a wonderful day. You achieved your freedom number, whether it's the 6-figure income or the 7-figure income, and there are no limiting beliefs. We already let that back in the past. We let go of our old identity. So now that you let go of all of the limiting beliefs, who exactly is the client that you're working with? I want you to picture him or her as clearly as possible. Or maybe it's not one person, maybe it's a group of persons. Maybe you're running group events. Maybe it's a retreat. Or maybe it's online. Maybe you're doing online masterclass and workshop like this with 10, 20, 30, 50 people. Or maybe it's just you working on your book, on your speech, on your TEDx. Again, there is no limit. You just visualize exactly the wonderful life that you want to live 1 year from now. Picture as clearly as possible the work that you're doing, the thing that is you're so passionate that you will do it for free and forever, and that you feel like you're fulfilling your purpose. This is the reason why you're here. And then let's have another deep breath. Breathe in for 5. Hold for 5. And breathe out for 5. And hold for 5. Now you finish your work session that didn't feel like work at all, and you're having your favorite lunch. Whether it's a beautiful home-cooked dinner, home-cooked lunch, cooked by yourself or cooked by your husband, your wife, or maybe you're out with friends, with colleagues, maybe you have a team now. Because again, it's 1 year from now, you achieve the yearly income that you wanted to achieve, you have your freedom number in your bank, so there is no limit. You can hire all the experts that you want to hire. Maybe you want some experts to do some of the part of the work that you don't want to do, and that is outsourced now. You have a beautiful team that does exactly the work that you want to outsource, so you can focus on doing only the work that you want to do. And after lunch, you spend the time doing your second favorite thing. Might be going to the gym, going to the spa, enjoying a nice ice bath, a nice sauna, a nice massage. Again, you're designing your beautiful life without any limiting beliefs. Doesn't have to be 8 hours of working. It might be that you do 4 hours of working, 3 hours of working. Might be that you spend the day just writing, just filming, just coaching clients. You literally just do what you love doing because it's your purpose, because that is the reason why you're here. In fact, when it's time to start working again, you're excited. I want you to picture again, what work are you doing? Is it writing content? Is it recording content? Is it giving tasks to your team? Is it designing a new program, a new journey? Is it maybe having a physical place? Maybe you have some kind of wellness center or real estate, or you have a gym. Again, is 1 year from now, 27 February 2026, and you are having a wonderful day. I want you to picture with as many details as possible and use all of your senses. Then the evening arrives, and then you have your dinner, maybe it's with yourself, you have a beautiful date with yourself, going to your favorite restaurant, or maybe you're with your partner, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your wife, your husband. Maybe you have a child already, you have a son, you have a daughter, and you go out all together. You have a beautiful dinner, spend amazing time. Imagine enjoying this beautiful time with your loved one, or this beautiful time alone, having a date with yourself. And feel the joy. Smile if you want to smile. Hug yourself if you want to hug yourself. I want you to feel the joy of having a wonderful day. And then before going to sleep, you do your favorite thing, whether it's again spending time with your loved one, whether it's a romantic date, maybe you're making love with your loved one, or you're spending the time with family, or you're just having a fantastic evening by yourself. And now I want you to write down the 3 things that you're grateful for in this day. Again, you're writing in your journal, 26th of February 2026. Those are the 3 things that I'm really grateful for. And whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. How was it, guys? Did you have a good day? I can see the smiles. I can see you, Robin. I can see you, Eunice. I see you, Candela. And now I want you to write it in real life. I want you to take your journal, and I want you to write at the top of the journal 26. Sorry, it's 27 today. I'm 1 day behind. 27 02 2026. The 3 things that I'm grateful for. And I'm gonna give you 2 minutes to write this down. While you do this, I'll tell you why. Gratitude is one of the highest frequency out there. So one of the best ways to bring the future into the present is by already feeling the gratitude of what we're gonna manifest, what we're gonna achieve in the future. And now we wanna feel it like this has happened already. So again, remember what you experienced in this beautiful day 1 year from now, and write down the 3 things that you're really grateful for. Put in 27/02/2026. I'm really grateful for, and you write down the 3 things. New people has arrived. If you have any question, guys, don't hesitate to write in the chat or to just unmute yourself. So I see people are still writing. I'll give you one more minute to finish this, and then we're gonna do something really fun. Now, guys, first make sure that you keep your journal, because this is gonna be a reminder for you of the 3 things that you're grateful for 1 year from now. And every day you can review this scene, feeling the gratitude and bringing the future into the now. I'm telling you this because now we're gonna do something else on the journal, but you don't wanna do it on the same paper, because this, you wanna keep it. You wanna have a separate paper, because we're gonna tear it from here and we're gonna burn it. Because what we're gonna do now is letting go of the old identity. As one of my favorite quotes that helped me to keep having this transformation is, what took you here won't take you there. And this is so deep, because even if you had already success, every one of you here already have success. You already have your business, you already quit your job, you're already living your life, and you're already aiming for a 6-figure results minimum. Most people never achieve the 6 figures, while most of you are aiming it, and I'm pretty sure all of you in this room will achieve your freedom number this year. Like, I'm confident about it. First, because I see your potential, all of you. Second, because you're here. So what I'm giving you now will make sure that you achieve your goal. Especially this letting go of the old identity. Because you can't create a 7-figure business with a 6-figure identity. Same way you can't create a 6-figure business with a 5-figure identity. The first transformation happens within. So you must become the person who already owns that success before you can achieve it. And to do that, you have to let go of your old self-image that fights to survive through unconscious patterns. So to do this, for people that just joined, I want you to get ready, get a pot or something like this, where you can safely burn the paper. Get your lighter and get a piece of paper that you're gonna burn. So don't use what you wrote before, because I want you to keep what you wrote before. And now we're gonna burn the old identity. Guys, this is the first time that I do this. Actually, no, I did it once with a one-on-one client, but I never done it in a group session. So if you have any question, don't hesitate to ask, to interrupt me, or to write in the chat. So first, let's set the intention, because we just came from a beautiful day that we just designed in our mind with the idea that our life is made of years, that is made of months, that is made of weeks, that is made on days, from days. So simply, if we are able to design this wonderful day and every day make sure that we achieve this beautiful, even if it's not 100%, but it gets closer and closer and closer to this wonderful day, we're gonna have a wonderful life, right? So now what we wanna do, we want to release what no longer serves us. Because I'm sure that at some point you were struggling with the visualization, you had something holding you back, and that is your old identity. That is the old you that is fighting to survive. So right now, I invite you to step into full present and take another deep breath with me. Breathe in for 5 seconds. Hold for 5. And breathe out for 5. And I want you to start writing a letter to the old you. First, I want you to name your old identity. You wanna give a name like that represent what is holding you back. So I've done some example based on the 2 or 3 clients that I did this one-on-one, which is giving a name like the overwhelmed Sarah, the procrastinating John, the hustling coach that is hustling. So this helps to separate you from it. Because in reality, your old identity is not you. That is the ego. That is some people call it the little bitch in your head. That is the monkey mind. But whatever that is not you. So the first thing that we need to do is separate that from us. So I'll give you a minute to think about the name. If you're struggling, feel free to write in the chat. Or if you already have the name and you want to share it to inspire others, feel free to write it in the chat as well. Do you all have your name, your old identity name? Let me see. I see you, Nodded, Candela. I see you, Ready. Nevin, love your glasses, by the way. See you, Dr. Jake. So you all have it, yeah? Cool. Now, in your paper, I want you to start by writing their name of the old identity. Whether it's did someone write in the chat? Let me double check. Old believer, I like it. So it would be their old believer or their whatever is the name of the old identity. And then I want you to describe the habits, the thoughts, and the patterns that kept you stuck. What excuse did you make? So let me give you a proper example. Something like, their overwhelmed coach. You always said yes to everything, thinking that more effort will bring success. You worked late nights, took on clients who didn't respect your time, and feared delegation. I see you, I understand you, and I thank you for trying to keep me in control. But I'm done. I'm now the CEO of my business, not an overworked freelancer anymore. I release you and step fully into my 7-figure self. So I gave you a full example just to give you more clarity of what we're doing. But the steps are, first, we name the old identity. Second, we describe how this identity was operating. Again, very important that we separate ourselves. That is the first step. The first step to letting our old identity go is to understand that that is a separate entity. There is a famous book called The Power of Now, which if you haven't read it, I really recommend you. And one of the first chapter says that you are not your mind. And when I read that, my head was like, bam, like mind blowing. Such a small phrase that makes us understand that that is not us. So as soon you separate that, you're able to let that go, because you understand that all these limiting beliefs, all those excuses, all this belief that we're holding us back is not us, is a separate entity. And I wanted to describe the habits, the thoughts, and the patterns, and more importantly, to acknowledge the lesson. Because in reality, the old you was only trying to keep you safe, to keep you comfortable, to keep you in control. The problem is that growth is outside the comfort zone. So everything that is growth, doing the sales call, doing the exercise, working out every single day, doing the work, risking of rejection, is only the old identity trying to keep us safe. So it's important that we acknowledge the lesson with gratitude, because the old identity was only trying to keep us safe. And then at the end, we can declare the release. So now I give you 3 minutes to write it down. I'm gonna leave this these instructions here, so you can follow it step by step and you can write it down. guys, I see most people are done. I'll give you another minute just to wrap it up. Perfect. So it looks like most of you have finished. So now I invite you to have an emotional release. But first, I invite you to take a picture of this, just in case for some reason we don't burn it completely and it tries to come back. We have a memory that we already said goodbye, we already said good words, we're already grateful. I'm doing the same, by the way. We're already grateful for everything that happened, but it doesn't longer serve us. So I wanted to take a picture just so you have a memory that is done. And then I want you to, if you have a journal like this, I want you to rip the paper so you have only the paper in your hand. So you should have a paper like this in your hand. And then I want you to have an emotional release. I want you to look at what you've written, because this is the identity that once kept you safe. But now it's time to move beyond it. So I want you to take a moment to feel gratitude for the lessons that this version of you has given. I want you to acknowledge it and say to yourself, thank you, but I'm ready for more. Let's have a deep breath to connect with this emotional release. And while you breathe in, I want you to breathe in the energy of your new identity. Hold it for a moment and exhale everything that no longer serves you. And again, breathe in the energy of the new identity. Hold it for a moment and exhale everything that no longer serves you. And now is the time to let it go completely. So as we're gonna safely burn this paper, which represent the old identity. Remember the name that you gave to the new identity. And while you do this, I want you to visualize yourself stepping fully into the new identity. And while you watch the flame of the burn of the old identity, I want you to see it like these flames is the transformation from the past to make the space of the new powerful identity. So to burn it safely, you want to take the piece of paper and you want to fold it this way, in a way that is nice and long. You want to fold it one way and the other way, so it becomes nice and long like this. If there is too much paper, like in my case, I just use a little bit. I'm just gonna tear this part, just so it's not that big. So you wanna have the paper as small as possible. even because we're gonna burn it. I don't want any responsibility. Make sure there is no like fire alarm in your place or anything like that. I see some people are folding it. I'll give you a minute so we're all ready. If you have a window, I probably recommend opening the window. I will open my window as well. And now is the best part. So again, take your kitchen pot or anything safely where you can burn the paper. I want you to hold the paper in front of you, and while you burn it, I want you to say this word together with me. By the way, so make sure you burn it safely. Make sure you keep it nice and long this way. And when it burns, I recommend you to put it towards the bottom like this, so it burns safely. So together, let's start burning our old identity. And while we burn it, we're gonna say out loud, I release the past and step fully into the next level.
Fully into the next level.
My time is valuable and I invest it wisely.
It's valuable.
I'm grateful for everything you've done, but it's time to let you go.
Great for everything that you've done.
I honor my body and fuel it with love and strength.
Honor my body and fill it with strength and love.
Love and strength.
I'm ready to completely step into my new identity.
I'm completely ready to step into my new identity.
You want to make sure you burn it completely. So we make sure that our old identity is completely burned. Now I'll give you a couple of minutes to say goodbye to your old identity. Be grateful. It was there just to keep you safe and to bring you some lessons. Guys, let's have a little moment of sharing. How do you feel? Or what did you feel? Again, this is a safe space. It's actually a good moment to share. Arthur, I don't know if you're trying to talk or if you're just moving. I see Robbie and Jake unmuted. Fight for the mic. Whoever wanna go first.
My new name that I changed it to is the Empowered Jake.
Ooh, love it. I love it. And how did you feel about leaving the old behind?
Yeah, it feels good, enlightened. I feel freer.
Nice, freer. I love that word. I felt exactly the same. I felt lighter. Thank you for sharing, Jake.
Sure.
Robin, what are you about to share?
Yeah, it feels good. It's something I'm working on since a while, and in fact, it's like dropping a really heavy backpack behind you and finally walk free.
Nice. I love the drop in the backpack. It really gives you the feeling that you left that something heavy that was holding you back in your journey. I love it. Thank you for sharing, Robin. Anyone else?
Oh, I didn't realize I was unmuted. Sorry.
Yeah, I thought I felt you were trying to talk.
No, it's because I went downstairs to use the stove since I got a fireplace to
Ooh,
burn
that's
it.
nice. Good idea.
Yeah, and I was quite emotional in the just before, just looking at the paper. So it's like there's so much invested in that. My old identity was the wannabe. Because I've had so many attempts at this. I've been an entrepreneur all my life, which is 30 years.
Wow.
And it's always, I've had lots of amazing ideas and projects that haven't ever quite turned into that seven-figure business. So I've had six-figure businesses, but not, it's always been capped, and then I've lost everything. So it's yeah, definitely freer, definitely lighter, and yeah.
Thank you for sharing. It is emotional. That's why I call it the funeral of the old you. If it wasn't emotional, it means you haven't done it correctly. So Arthur, you've done it correctly. Thank you for sharing. Anyone else wants to share?
Yeah, I would love to share. So at the beginning, I wrote down the name of my old identity, and I didn't really understand why I wrote it down. I wrote the Poor Island Boy. And when I started to dive deeper into the exercise, I realized how much, let's say, I let my environment influence me in my younger years, and how much I've been carrying some form of an island identity that kind of belongs to where I'm from, to Aruba, and how much I have been trying to people please and keep everybody happy. Because on Aruba, we drive of tourism, and everybody there is kind of like pushed to always keep everybody happy. You never want to make the tourist angry. You never want to say something that people will not like. So it's like always trying to be the positive, and cannot never step into my power like this and truly be really who I am and share my message. So it's been from the poor island boy to the messenger of love and abundance. And burning the paper, for a moment I thought my neighbors will call the fire department. So it was a bit scary, but it felt amazing seeing it just slowly go away and realizing that literally I'm now a man. I'm not a boy anymore. And even though I'm very proud and I love my island, I am here to somehow be a bit against the current of thought. And this is why I was put on the planet and I became who I am. So it's also, if I never want to upset anybody, I could never do my mission, because my mission is to upset and to change and to transform so that more love can come out. So very curious and very beautiful. Thank you for the space. Yeah.
Wow, thank you for sharing, Nevin. I had goosebumps at some point. It's still a little bit visible. Man, was such a powerful message. You obviously had a breakthrough already, and I think it's so powerful, super, super powerful. Thank you for sharing, Nevin.
Thank you for being here.
Anyone else want to share?
I share. Um, up to the point where we were just writing and even burning my paper in my bowl, I was still feeling pretty light and fun. But it's only when you were saying to have that moment to really reflect, and I got really emotional. Of really saying goodbye to that identity that I slowly come to realize what it was. I wrote the Not Enough Little Sister. I think being the younger sister, I've always actually tried not to overtake my sister, actually. And I only realized that because in the last few years, we've been doing this business kind of together, but kind of separately as well. And I realized a lot of patterns of not trying to like outshine her or to, have I don't know, it's just like a sibling thing that you want to keep that relationship because you don't want to get rejected. And all of that, I didn't realize is holding me back. Like, why we're doing the same business and, she's doing really well. And I feel like there's always something not quite enough. And I think this just coming to realize what was all of the patterns and limitations that I put on myself. And to really let that go and knowing who I am, because that I'm graduated as a full adult. I don't have to carry Candace's sister identity anymore, that I can run my own business, I can do my own thing, and my success doesn't reduce anybody else's success, and my abundance doesn't take away any other person's abundance either. I think that's something that it's taken so long to realize and understand, and to be ready to let that go and say, okay, I can claim this for me and not for anybody else in the family, even if they're families. I love them, but I don't need to protect their ego to, reduce and keep myself small. So yeah, I didn't know I was gonna get emotional. I was just, having fun burning papers. Thank you.
Thank you, Eunice, for sharing so vulnerably. As I'm sure that is inspire most people in the room. It has inspired me, for example, to connect that a lot of the time, same thing that Nevin was talking about the little boy and you with the little sister, is a lot of the childhood holding backs that we're leaving behind when we're letting go of the old identity. So really powerful. Thank you for sharing, Eunice.
I just had a big moment there because I hadn't realized that was still going on for me, because my older brother, I'm middle child, so I'm kind of the pig in the middle that was, and I had a quite difficult relationship with my older brother. We all get on very well now, but it was very difficult, and I was definitely I apparently when I was very small idolized my little brother. Oh, sorry, my big brother. But he had the classic firstborn syndrome of what's this new life coming along, and without being aware of it, was I was put down and put down and put down, and I thought I was well over that when I started a .com and 1999 and was leading this team of people. And he's an engineer, and he found new respect. That's where we healed our relationship, because he saw I was capable and was doing all these things, and everything from the technical side to meeting bankers in the city, and managing millions of pounds of investment and so on. And he was really impressed. And yet I was able to maintain. I didn't have the stress that he's always had and still has. But when you said that, it was like, not trying to outdo older sibling. I just, so thanks for sharing that. That's I think I need to do another extra burning this evening.
Do that.
With that.
I'm so
Yeah.
glad that
Wow.
was helpful. I'm so glad that was helpful. Thank you for sharing. As you see, when we share, we actually can keep inspiring each other. Anyone else want to share?
I want to share that mine burned 1 minute ago. It was so hard to burn. Slow.
I saw you were keep burning.
slow.
I saw you.
And it was like my lighter, which is working every time, didn't work from the first. I needed to take something from here to modify something in it to burn it. And I cannot go in the park and say, can you give me a lighter and to burn that, But I realized that it was holding me so much. Maybe that's why I burned so slow.
Yeah,
But thank you so much.
You are so strong that even your old identity is strong, bro. And was trying to burn. But I love it that you kept. I saw you that even when we were talking, you were keep trying to burn, but
I
that's
was
the spirit.
doing
Yeah.
putting some work there. I have my eyes like I was smoking another thing now. All that was in my eyes.
I love it. But you managed to burn it all at the end.
Everything.
Nice. Perfect.
And what remained, I put it some something on it, not to see everything from there.
Perfect.
Every piece is burned. Thank you so
love it.
much.
Thank you so much, Vali, for sharing. Anyone else want to share? Cool. I think almost everyone has shared. If you don't want to share in talking, you can always share in the chat. But thank you, guys. Thank you for practicing with me. These spiritual practice are still that I'm honestly still practicing. So I'm also grateful that you practice this with me and that you shared. And now that we had the funeral of the old identity, we can literally step into the new one. So in the document that I've sent you, I'm gonna resend it in the chat for those who enter after. Let me put it in the chat again. I want you to click on this link if you haven't done it before. Click on File and click on Create a Copy. And then when you create a copy, you're gonna give your name and they're gonna share your screen. I'm gonna share my screen because now we're gonna do the really fun part. This is my favorite part ever because we're gonna literally create your AI generated vision board. So when you copy this document, for people who join a bit late, we already went through the 7 sacred principles of self-image alchemy. If you haven't done it out loud, I will highly recommend to spend 5 minutes to read this out loud. Have a deep breath between each of these, because each of these are some of the most powerful affirmation that you can have. And then I want you to scroll until which page is this? I don't know which page is this. But after this, after the manifesto, it says your name, identity. So if you can all open the document, scroll until here, and you're gonna put, oops, I'm working on the wrong one. here. So you're gonna scroll down until the there we go. Until your name identity, and you're gonna put your name here. I'm gonna put Bruno's identity. And now that we've had the funeral of the old you, I want you to start creating your new you, your new identity. From literally everything, from the outside to the inside, starting with the character traits. What are the character traits of the new identity? The new Jake, the new Arthur, the new Robin, the new Candela, the new Eunice, the new Valley, the new Dr. White. What is the character traits? I wanted to spend how much time will you? 4 minutes writing down all the character traits, all the external style, body type, haircut, how does it dress, she dress, accessories, body type, and also all of the life achievement. Whether you wrote a book already, you have a renowned retreat center, you have a gym, you have a beautiful family, a beautiful home, a specific company. Who are your mentors? And I want you to write it with as many details as possible, make it as visual as possible, because then we're gonna copy all above and add it to ChatGPT with this prompt. Use this to create a vision board that I will look at every morning to manifest my wonderful life. And then you're gonna copy and paste the identity above. If you don't have a paid one, you have only 3 images with ChatGPT. I hope you haven't used them today. If you had used it, I can help one of you or maybe 2 of you to create it. But because of this, before you put it on ChatGPT, you want to put as many details as possible. Again, the character traits, the body type, the life achievement, the mentors. And then below, we're going to put also the goals. What is the accumulated wealth, your net worth? What is the business goals? What are the health and fitness goals? What are the personal and behavior goals? What are the unquestionable standards? Because when we put all of this information inside ChatGPT, we're gonna create a beautiful vision board. This is mine, by the way, having more the spiritual style, as you can see it in how I dress, my beautiful wife, and at least a kid. I don't know why there is a mushroom here. Maybe I will do mushroom ceremony in the future, something like this. But I decided that I'm gonna have there's a mushroom there, a beautiful house by the beach. So it's gonna create a beautiful AI-generated vision board that ideally really looks like you. So then it's gonna help you to connect with the wonderful life design that we visualized at the beginning, and we can look at it every single morning to connect with that. So I'll give you 4 minutes to write that from here. I'll give you 4 minutes from now. Let's put 4 minutes timer. There we go. Need to be more precise with the time because we only have half an hour, but I want you to have a complete workbook, because then you're gonna be able to print it, and every morning you can spend half an hour going through your new identity protocol that will help you to make sure you step into your identity. It's really like working out. It's not something that you do once, it's something that you need to keep doing daily to make sure that you really fully embody the new identity. I'll give you 3 minutes to complete this. And if some of you cannot use ChatGPT, I kept my images for you. So I help you to create your AI generated image. If you have any question, don't hesitate to either write in the chat or to just unlook. Can you share the doc? Yes. Nevin, there is the doc. So I'll give you 3 more minutes. And again, any question, don't hesitate to ask. So there is less than a minute, guys, and this is one of the places where done is better than perfect. Like, don't worry, you're probably gonna change it. I've by the way printed this at least 5 different times because I edit it and reprint it and edit and reprint it, but it's worth it. So in this case, done is better than perfect. Don't worry too much about adding too many details. And let's start generating some of the images. So I'm gonna do it in front of, actually, I don't wanna waste an image. There is any of you that for some reason cannot generate the AI image with ChatGPT? Arthur, were you saying something?
No, I was just saying if there's anyone who needs, I can use my GPT as well. So
Okay, good. So let me give you the instruction again. And the 4 minutes are gone. So where are we? We're here. What you do, you copy everything that you've written here.
you can just download it as a PDF. That's easier.
You download everything as a PDF and you put everything?
Yeah, because GPT can read a PDF.
Okay, but you're gonna read it all. While I want it to read only this part.
Oh, okay.
So you paste it down here. You're gonna see my research because I'm trying to do ads targeting health coaches in Europe. You paste it here, and if you also have done the goals, you do the same. You highlight all of this part, and you put it here. And then you just copy the prompt that is here, saying copy all above, no, sorry, yeah. Use this to create a vision board that, etc., etc. And you paste it here. So I'm not gonna do it because I don't wanna waste images. I think ChatGPT give you 3 to 5 images per day if you have a paid one. So I invite you all to do it. And when you have your vision board, please share it with us. Again, this is a nice sharing group. And if for some reason you cannot generate image, whether because you have a free version or whether you already generated it, just put it in the chat and either me or Arthur, we're gonna generate your AI vision board for you. If you're shy to share your prompt, you can send it in private, either to me or Arthur. But you know, even Arthur is an inner peace coach, so he's very reliable. He's not gonna share it with anyone. So I'll give you 3 minutes to make sure that you do this task. You copy all of this text, you put it on ChatGPT, and then as soon you start sharing your images, I'm gonna give you the next steps. Okay, someone has shared the image. Love it, Robin. Very good looking. It really looks like you. Nice. Very, very nice. It looks like we're gonna be neighbors. We have a similar house. High impact coaching. I love it. Does it represent the future that is that you had in the Wonderful Life design, Robin?
Missing some kids, but yeah, close enough.
Good. Love it. Love it. So even you guys, if you have any problem with ChatGPT, don't hesitate to share the text and me and Arthur will do it for you. And when you have it, like you, Robin, what you wanna do with that image, you wanna paste it here. You wanna delete mine. Let me make sure I'm right. Yes. You wanna delete mine from here, and you're gonna put your AI generated identity image. And when you post that, I want you to all start thinking about your identity. Like the Dr. Jake here had the Imperior, but it could be the healer, the entrepreneur, the environmentalist, the investor. Mine is the new spiritual leader. Or you can become the philanthropist, the champion, the follower of Christ, the queen. Again, there is no limit. Any identity that really represents the new person that you want to step into. I'll give you a couple of more minutes. And again, if you're struggling with that, first is normal. Stepping into the new identity, identify the new identity might take some time, but this will help you already to get a step closer. And again, done is better than perfect. Maybe next week the identity will change, but you will always go closer to the person that we want to become. How's it going, guys? Just write done in the chat if you're done, so I can know if everyone is done. Love yours, Arthur. Super good looking. I love it. Forgot to make it a bit older. Maybe in the new identity you look even younger. I love it.
True.
Let me open yours, Jake. I love it. I love it. I love it, Jake. Does it represent the new identity well enough?
I don't know, for some reason it's put some 1930s car in there, but
Yeah,
interesting.
sometimes he decide to add some
Yeah.
some random thing. But by the way, you can always tell him to make some changes. At least
Yeah,
a
it's
couple of
good.
times you can tell it to change some images. But it looks pretty cool, by the way.
We'll keep building and manifesting.
Yes.
Let's go.
Thank you for sharing. Let me download yours, Eunice. Wow, looks amazing. Love it. So it looks like most of you have it. Now I invite you to add it to your workbook together with the name of the new identity. I got yours as well, then Candela. Let me download it. Nice. Beautiful. I want to come and visit you in this villa, Candela. Looks amazing. So even to you, I invite you to put it in your workbook. So at this point, your workbook should be 80% done. Let me see. Where are we? There we go. Tu. There we go. So at this point, you have your AI generated identity image here. I'll invite you to put it even above here in the cover. So you can replace this with your AI generated image that you just share in the group. And then you're gonna have your own, whether it's the million a year or the 6-figure year or the emperor or whatever is the new identity, you can put it here. And then you're gonna have a workbook that looks like this. Mine is the spiritual millionaire, the new identity that I'm stepping into. And then you're gonna have a beautiful workbook that can help you every day to do your identity work. Again, see it like a workout. It's not like you work out once and you have the six-pack. I know, because I'm trying to have my six-pack. It doesn't work that way. It's something that you work consistently to make sure that you achieve. It's the same with your work, with your identity. It's not that something that we've done today. Your old identity is gonna fight to come back, and you're gonna have some limiting beliefs in stepping into the new one. So this workbook will help you to do this exercise every day. I recommend you to print it. First, it looks beautiful when you print it. And second, you have something that you can do every single morning as a protocol. So the protocol will look like this, where you spend 10 minutes doing the sacred reading, which is reading the 7 sacred principles, like we've done at the beginning of the session. Review this week's focus tenet. Every week you want to have one thing that you focus on. Of course, for me this week, I was focusing on this workshop, by the way. That was the main focus. And every week, in order to grow and step into the new identity, we want to focus on one thing that we focus on. And you want to read your personal self-image alchemy journal. which is this workbook that you're gonna print, which will have your ultimate vision, who you're becoming, the legacy you're creating, and the current goals and milestones. And then you want to do 10 minutes of vision activation, where you review your vision board, you read the goals aloud with conviction and certainty as if they already happened, and you want to perform a detailed visualization, where you see yourself having achieved each goal, you make the image vivid and colorful, which we just done, you feel the emotion of achievement and gratitude, and you experience the reality of the success. I have one powerful extra thing that I want to give you that put all of this together, which is called the Mind movie. Have you ever heard of the Mind movie, guys? Can you put me a 1 in the chat if you heard about the Mind movie, or 2 if you haven't? I see you, Candela, nodding. I think you already sent me yours as well. What about the others? Do you know what is the Mind movie? 1. Oh, perfect. Guys, you're amazing. It's something from Robin Sharma that helps you to connect with this in a way that you're in a cinema and you're watching like the movie of your life. So I will send you all a training. If you just DM me Mind Movie on Instagram, I will send you automatically the training that shows you how to create your Mind Movie, which basically help you to make this process shorter and more efficient. And 3 is the identity installation. Even for this, I'm gonna send you a document to create your personalized affirmation. And for each affirmation, you wanna visualize it specific, like visualize a specific situation of living it. Make the scene detailed and vivid. Feel it like you're already living it. Stack the evidence, this is really, really important, even small evidence of this new identity, and embody the person you're becoming. And finally, the day design, literally like we've done in our visualization, visualizing the day that you want to have. All this in reality will take you 30 minutes if you do it well, but I promise you it will help you to step into the new identity. So at the end of this, you're gonna have the affirmation that I put together. Those are based on me, my clients, coaching industry, but you feel free to personalize it with the goals that you want to achieve. And finally, but not for important, you want to create your manifesto. This is very personal, so I really recommend you to do it this evening. It takes you another 20 minutes, but you put down the manifesto of your persona and to create your unfinished story. You know, from whatever is the old you here to the freedom number and the lifestyle that you want. Put in your name and put in your purpose. So help whatever is the target audience to achieve whatever is the desire they want to achieve. Your name, dedicated its life to whatever is the purpose. And this is the finished story of your name. This is going to help you to start writing your story. And I recommend to put down the images that help you to put the stories. By the way, guys, just a little spoiler on how powerful this is. One of my team that I put here, I did it only like 2 weeks ago. And one of the things I wanted to manifest was having a wellness center as where I can practice all this spiritual practice, inspire people. Actually, maybe I cannot share yet, so I'm not gonna share it. I'm not gonna do a spoiler, but I just wanted to tell you how powerful this document is. So really take it seriously, really implement it, and you might see the results that you want faster than you expect. Now, guys, are there any questions about anything that I've shared today? All clear? So, if you allow me, I want to share one last thing with you. Let me just open it up. There we go. So, most of you know, but some don't. I have a program where I help coaches, consultants to go through these steps. So it's called the 4 Steps into Your 7-Figure You. It's a program that I've optimized to achieve the freedom of the millionaire, but the impact of a visionary leader. In this program, we go through the 4 main steps to achieve and become the 7-figure you, because as my very first high-ticket mentor taught me, in order to build a 7-figure business, you need to build a 7-figure you. So that's why we start with identity. So what we've done today is only the first step. The second step, when people step into the new identity, is create a higher ticket offer. As a lot of the time, we're not selling an offer that is high ticket, or we're underselling our value, or we're not, we just want to help people in reality. But then underselling and undercharging will just limit the impact that we can bring on other people. So in the step 2, we design premium health programs that command 10K plus per client. And in the step 3, we automate the marketing, because all of you have a powerful superpower in helping other people, but sometimes we get dragged in the creating, posting, editing the video, the algorithm of Instagram that doesn't love us, and all of those things that are limiting us in creating the impact that we want to create. So in the step 3, we focus on the AI and the automation for scalable impact. So you can free yourself from manual marketing and client chasing. And finally, in the step 4, we talk about the effortless sales framework, where we shift from convincing to clients seeking you out and attracting clients that want to work with you. And I want to share that this is not another business program. This is a deep identity shift that requires an entire approach to success. So in March, I'll be opening 3 new spots for this program, and I'll be offering a free consultation for people who are interested. So I'm gonna share the link in the chat right now. There we go, this is the link. They're gonna be only limited spots. So it's gonna be first come, first serve. I just shared it in the chat. So in this last minute, guys, do you wanna share what is the biggest takeaway that you had today?
Without identity, you can try everything you want. It will be like really, really complicated and painful.
I love it, Robin. That was the main point. I'm so glad you got that. Thank you for sharing. Anyone else?
For me, the biggest realization is trying to build this entire new identity without letting go of the old one. It's like putting whipped cream on garbage, because you're trying to like sprinkle all the stuff on it, but in reality, you're still also clinging on to a old version. So it's like they're gonna now fight. You're creating 2 instead of letting one go and say, hey, you know what? Thank you. You served me well, but now it's time for you to part so the other one can come in. Otherwise, they're both gonna be there, almost like the devil and the angel on your shoulder, kind of whispering. So powerful.
Love it. Thank you so much, Nevin, for sharing. Anyone else?
I love that metaphor, Nevin. It's fantastic. Just that. Of course, we don't want to think of ourselves as garbage, but that metaphor is definitely, we need to really think about what we're still hanging on to. It's so easy to focus on just on the new shiny stuff, but if we're still non-consciously holding on to these things, and in my experience, it's you never stop really doing that. So it's symbolic and it's important what we've done today. But again, it's that constant process of the more you look, the more you find, and where you're still finding limitations, that's another invitation to go and look. even deeper and clear yourself more out. And it's a gift, it really is a gift.
It is a gift. Love it. Thank you, Arthur, for sharing. And I can see in the chat, identity and confidence drives the future growth. Yes, Jake, 100%. I love this phrase, what took you here won't take you there. Yes, Candela, even for me, that changed everything. That just clicked in me. I was like, and that's why I shared it. So I'm so glad they did the same for you. And even for Arthur, that said, me too, I wrote it down. Eunice, incredible divine timing to do this work today. New moon, new intention, new beginnings, new identity. Yes, I chose it in person this day. I'm so glad you reminded me, Eunice. Thank you so much. Release to receive and clarity. Love it, love it. Thank you so much, guys. I want to take just one picture as a memory of this powerful workshop. You ready? In 3, 2, 1. Nice. Powerful. You also have the balloons, Robin. Guys, thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope this has helped you. And I invite you all to print your identity workbook because I promise it can change your life. Thank you so much, everyone. And I'll see you very soon. Ciao, ciao.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you,
Ciao.
Robin. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.